welcome to the Bondi Scrapper channel. Today's video, off to the scrapyard for an unplanned visit. The intro for this video didn't record properly, so you're getting the voiceover and the still picture. My builder left a whole heap of scrap metal in my courtyard because he knows that I recycle scrap metal. And so yeah, as a result, we've got to go to the scrap metal yard. So let's have a look, see what we've got.
Here's a bit of a pile here. There was more. I have taken a lot downstairs already. I've got to take all this downstairs as well. A bit of a pile there, and God love him. Look at this, copper and brass. So yeah, pretty happy with that. Thank you, Mr. Builder. We've also got still some dribs and drabs in here, so we'll probably grab them and then yeah, go from there. So all good. Nice one. Right, so I've got a bucket of premium brass here. I'm going to take that along as the money maker, and hopefully we'll get about 10 kilos out of this bucket because it was hard to pick up, and we'll weigh it up on the trusty off the sidewalk scale. So there's our first 5 kilos, well, a fraction over, but boy, it doesn't take much to make 5 kilos when you've got chunky stuff like this valve body, which, gosh, I think weighs, yeah, it's 1.4 kilos all by itself. What a pickup that was. Second 5 kilos, that one's a bit more scrappy, as you can see, lots of little bits and pieces. I just poured it out of the tub there. There's what's happening in the tub, so I reckon we've got at least another 5 kilos here. Here's our third 5 kilos, so that makes us 15 kilos all up, and look at that, that looks pretty good too. Lots of little things, lots of all those little the ends off the power plugs, which I studiously remove and clean up. And finally 3 kilos. So that makes 18 kilos all up, and we're left with that little bit in the bucket. So that's not bad. So we've filled the car up with steel, as you can see. And as I said before, this is an unplanned trip to the scrapyard. I really wasn't expecting to do this today. I was actually going to wash the car because I've just done a 2,000 kilometre trip from Sydney to Melbourne and back again over the weekend, which was a lot of fun, and the car went well. First big trip I've taken it on, so that's pretty good. What else have we got? Here's the money spinner for the day. That's the brass. It's in a 20-litre bucket, and the bucket is almost half full. So there's 18 kilos of premium brass in there. So I guess that's going to bring in around about, I don't know, $150, something like that. That's okay. I reckon in terms of steel, there's probably, I don't know, let's call it around about 60 kilos. There might even be 100, but I think about 60 kilos. It's going to get about 20 cents a kilo, so not a great deal of money there. What, enough for petrol, $10, or in this case diesel. And here's the one I'm going to have a talk to him about. This is all little ends off various cables and stuff. It's brass bearing, but it's got plastic on it. So I'm going to have a chat to him, just see what type of money we can get for that. Otherwise, it turns into shred. So there you go. Anyway, let's get off to the scrapyard, and then I'll show you the receipt and see how much money we got. Well, here we are some hours later, back from the scrapyard. Hey, pretty good for an unintended visit. Just to get rid of all the junk that was on the building site, but premium clean honey brass. So $7.65 a kilogram. 18 kilos gave us $137.70, so that was pretty good. The little bucket of electrical connectors, brass connectors with bits of plastic all over them. Initially he said forget about it, and then all of a sudden, for whatever reason, relented, and he put it on the scales and he said don't do this again. So I'm not sure, why there's a fuzzy line between it, but he said, don't do this again, only this time, and he gave me 1 kilo's worth. I don't know what was in the bucket. There probably was a kilo's worth or a kilo and a half, doesn't really matter. $4.85 a kilo, so I got $4.85 for them. So that was okay. Better than putting them in as shred, which he said that's what I should do in the future. I mean, I'd be quite happy to give him 2 kilos and get paid for 1 kilo myself. And then finally, the steel. Well, steel is always just a bit of a mystery to me. So in this case, we've got HMS shreddable. So he's given me heavy melt steel shreddable. Well, to me it wasn't heavy melt. It was pressing steel. But I'm not going to sneeze at that because $280 a tonne, that's 28 cents a kilo, so that's 6 cents better than what I got last week for really clean steel. So again, the mysteries of the scrapyard. And I had a quite amazing, oh, why have we gone out of focus? Back in focus, please. A quite amazing 161 kilos in the back of the Pajero. So $45.08. That's nothing to be sneezed at, really, in terms of steel and stuff like that. I'm pretty happy with that. Big grand total of $186.21. So, yep, the unintended or unplanned visit to the scrapyard, $186. Will I go next week? I'm kind of doubting it. The cupboard is looking a bit bare unless I can get in and do some actual processing and dismantling and stuff like that. And I've got a couple of things on that are going to prevent me from doing that. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got some information out of it. And hey, subscribe to the channel because we are rapidly closing on 250 subscribers. I think I'm averaging 1.5 subscribers a day, or we might even call that 3 subscribers every 2 days. So yeah, subscribe because it's actually given me a lot of enthusiasm for the channel, and I'm certainly out there looking for the scrap so that I can tell you all about it. See you in the next video. Bye.